Welcome to Formula Experiences at VIR on the full course with the Formula 4. Starting lap here, lining up on the left side for the brake zone, out the 4 or 5 marker as it goes downhill, looking for that arrow board for your turn in, just clipping the inside apex curving and then beginning to track out kind of mid-track as you go up through the gears, and then bringing it back just to the right. Leave a little gap at the turn 2 apex, but looking ahead to the outside, braking down to 3rd gear. Just clipping the apex curve and track out, and hard brake down to 2nd gear as you go through turn 4. A little bit of curb if you want, accelerate out, let it out to the left side, breathe off the throttle just a little bit as you turn in for the lower S's and begin adding power, straightening in them out, and going up through the gears as we go down the bridge straightaway, setting up for the uphill S's. Looking ahead, trying to hold left early, keep it all the way left to the end of the curb, hard right up the hill, make sure you're straight over that little crest, and then maintaining power through here, breathe off the throttle, a little brake at the top of the hill, and back to power nice and smooth as you turn it in. As we go uphill here on the brakes, nice and hard, turning just after the 1 marker, still on the brakes, a little bit harder, and as you turn it in for turn 12, and tracking out, just touching the edge of the concrete curbing, drawing a nice straight line to the right side of the road here on the back straightaway as you go up through the gears, trying to get up to top speed. You're going to be flat all the way over the hill, nothing beyond that for a little bit. Just feeling the speed, and then as you come over the crest, looking for your brake markers, and on the brakes about the 2 or 3 as it goes uphill, drawing a straight line through the left-hander and starting to come off the brakes as you've downshifted to 2nd or 3rd gear, and adding power down the hill through roller coaster, setting up for hogband, braking at the end of the curbing across the track, off the brakes, and then picking up the throttle as you hit the bottom of the hill, looking up to the track out, then starting back up through the gears as you go uphill and flatten out on the front straightaway. You got a blind bend in the corner and the front straightaway here, but just running the inside shortest distance around. Starting another lap, eyes up, braking nice and hard, looking for that arrow board, starting to turn in nice and smooth, just clipping the apex curb, adding power, 2nd gear, tracking it all the way out, mid-track here, and then back to the right, again, staying off of this turn 2 curb, braking out to the outside, setting up, down to 3rd gear, just clipping the apexes a little bit, and then nice hard braking down to 2nd gear, rotate around turn 4, back to power, up through the gears a little bit, out to the left side, breathe off the throttle, turn it in, back to power a little bit, straightening out the lower S's here, starting to get up through the gears, going down the bridge straightaway, just holding the right side of the road, looking ahead through the uphills, first turn here, staying left past the end of the curb, then hard right, straight over the crest, left to the end of the curb, maintaining power through turn 9, and then up the top, brake a little bit, turning it in, just touching the inside curb, back to power. Looking good, and then braking on the uphill, turning just after the 1 marker on a diagonal through the first apex, brake at the outside, then back to power early so you can straighten the car. Only using those exit curbs if you really have to keep it on the track, but trying to just touch the concrete. Then holding the right side of the road through here, up through the gears again, flat over the hill. And as we come over the crest, we're going to start to look for those brake markers, start counting it down. About the 3 marker at the bottom of the hill, as we start uphill, through the left-hander, then off the brakes at the crest, to 2nd gear, through roller coaster, on the power, up through the gears a little bit, braking at the end of the yellow and green curb, then off the brakes, rolling the car, let it pick up power at the bottom of the hill, stay off that last apex, but focus ahead towards that track out, up through the gears again, and that is 2 laps of the VIR full course in the Formula 4.